Good morning, campers. So, this year we didn't plant a garden in the homestead because I was sick from December all the way through, well, till now. I'm getting better, but I'm not better yet. I got a particularly nasty case of Legionella pneumonia, which is pretty bad news. And I was down for several months and in and out of the hospital, and the garden didn't get planted, and lots of things had to go on the back burner. But now that I'm getting better, we're working really hard to get other things done around the property. We decided that this year would be a good year to beautify the homestead. We made it functional. Now we want to make it beautiful and to make things easier to do, or more self-sustaining so that we don't have to work as hard at them. We're getting older, and who wants to work hard when they're old? So the first thing we did is right here, and it's the back deck. We had an ugly spot in the yard. It was this triangular space next to the little back deck that came with the house, and weeds and grass and things grew up in there, and it was too hard to get a mower in there and a pain in the ass to get a weed whacker in there. We thought about putting rocks down, but rocks bring heat, and we got plenty of that in East Tennessee. So we thought about putting mint down, but the mint didn't grow fast enough to keep us from having to weed whack it. And finally we compromised, and we built an extension to the deck that was already there. That's a step down kind of deck so that we wouldn't have to put stairs in from the sidewalk from the parking place. So this first picture is pictures of us getting ready to build it. You can see a little bit of the ugly spot. And the second picture is it done. And boy, isn't that sharp. And I'm pretty tickled with it. After tackling the back deck, my husband took a good long look at the front deck, and there were boards that needed replaced. And you can see in the first picture with Seamus here that the handrails were just ugly, and he decided to rip them all down and redo it and put new boards in it. And we were going to stain all the decks this year anyway, and might as well make it good. This is after ripping the handrails down and replacing some of the boards and restaining the posts, the pillar posts that hold the deck up and the floor of the deck. And then from the front of the house, you can see the deck runs all the way the length of where that lattice is and clear over to the left under the window. And so all of that had to be re-railed. No handrails. So we're gonna see how safe the RIA can be for, the next week or so. And this is what our finished product looked like. We've got a top rail that's 2x4 basically, and hog panels for catching him. I like it. You can see through it well, and it keeps anything from running off my porch by accident, and it was a lot cheaper than replacing all that wood. So if you need to replace deck rails, that's a really good option. We replaced everything on the deck and stained everything for $100, and that's a pretty good deal. So thank you for bearing with me through the homestead deck journey. Next up, rose beds and mulch.